Zoe Simmons and I run Polka Dot Media, a PR, marketing and communications firm based in Surrey. I've been in this industry for 20 years but running Polka Dot Media for 6. Today I'm going to be talking about why PR, marketing and comms is so important, especially around raising your brand reputation during the pandemic. But today you're going to get 2 for the price of 1. So I'm going to talk to you guys first, and then I'm going to hand over to my colleague Nerys, who's a graphic designer. We collaborate on various projects, so I just thought the 2 would go quite nicely. Anyway. First of all, kicking off, what's the difference really between PR and marketing? A lot of people think they're the same, but actually they're quite different, where PR is all about raising your brand and your reputation. It's all about how you profile yourself and communicate with your stakeholders and your ideal client, whereas marketing has a budget attached to it, and it's where you will incur costs for activities such as a new logo, business cards, paid for campaigns, flyers, that sort of thing. So that's just the difference between the 2. Now, it's not rocket science, and it really isn't. PR is all about telling your story. So every business, every individual has a story to tell. And you can do this through various media and marketing channels. So whether that's through social media, being featured in the press, or whether it's you writing blogs and articles to communicate a new product you might have coming on, or something about your company. And the way you communicate this is really important. It's not only got to be fun and engaging, but it's got to be concise and clear. So put yourself in the shoes of the reader. And if you are reading it back and you think, yep, that absolutely makes sense, then well done, you've done a really good job. Marketing's about making your brand stand out, and this is where Nerys will go into this a bit further with her presentation. But know who your target audience is and just build your messaging strategy around this to attract them. Now? Why is it so important going through these worrying times? Well, brands, if they haven't already done so, need to be at the forefront of people's minds. Those that do will have a much better chance of surviving in the post-COVID world. You need to buy people's trust. You've got to earn their trust at the moment. This will not only serve you well in the long term, but it's so important now. People are worried, people are frightened, they're worried about committing. So they need to sell in and be bought into your product or your services, whatever you're selling. And if they're already continuing to do well, then that's great. And you will, not only in these challenging times where you attract new customers, but you need to also look after your existing ones as well. So making the headlines for the right reasons, hopefully. So media relations is a huge part of PR, and over the years I've built up relationships with journalists across the national, trade and the regional media. So whatever your story is, and wherever you're based in the country, there will be a newspaper aligned to ready to take your story and hopefully publish it. But only an interesting story will receive any editor's attention. They get about, anything up to 1,000, probably 2,000 to 3,000 if you're a national editor, a day. So you need to make it stand out, and you need a nice catchy headline. Also, to support this, you need to invest in professional photography. Amateur photography just will not do, and it will impact on your coverage getting picked up, your story getting picked up. So here's some headline examples. The one I really like is the marijuana issue sent to a joint committee. It's clever, it's engaging. All these headlines just want to make you read on and find out more about the story. And here's just a few press coverage examples I've secured for my clients. So just in recent months, so from the Surrey Life to a wedding magazine, financial services magazine, right down to an education magazine. That just kind of demonstrates the diversity of my portfolio of clients. Now, creative and engaging content will certainly serve you well, but at the moment you need to be more sensitive with your messaging. So put more thought into your social media posts, put more thought into any blogs that you're currently writing. You just need to be sensitive. So now is not a time to be showing off or saying how great life is, because actually it's not great for a lot of companies out there and individuals. So just be sensitive. Blogs are a really great way of getting across a message that you're trying to share with your audience. So 500 words, it's amazing how this can then be uploaded on your website, and you get such great mileage out of this across your social media channels. And then talking of social media, it's probably the most important and powerful tool any company can have at the moment, only because it's a great way of communicating your message across a very wide audience. Now, hashtags are really important. I kind of only realised the importance of that as I've been managing more social media accounts for my clients. So not too many hashtags, because it can look spammy, and it can put people off then reading your actual story. So, but really important for increasing your followers. And above all, with everything I'm saying, you just need to be consistent. So don't post a social media post and then don't post your next one until 6 weeks later. The general rule of thumb is 1 LinkedIn post a day and 3 Twitter, possibly 1 Facebook, and maybe 2 Instagram. So because that is, you're creating a consistent message, and you're going to get, up higher up the agenda, people recognizing your brand. Now, those brands that are consistent will not only attract more attention, but it helps them be more visible, and that will lead on to attracting your ideal client. Out of sight, out of mind springs to mind. It's a saying we're all familiar with, and it's so true. So don't go quiet, not now. Try and stay, as I said before, stay in people's forefront, in the forefront of people's minds, and that will certainly serve you well in the longer term. Now, thank you for listening. I've got the contact details here should you want to get in touch and find out more. If not, please give me a little follow on Twitter, LinkedIn and Facebook. You can find me across all those social media platforms. But for now, I'm going to hand over to Nerys, and she's going to talk you through why branding and design is so important. Thank you.
Thanks, Zoe, and thanks for inviting me to chat a bit about my business. I'm Nerys, owner of Nerys Hoey Design. I'm a graphic designer specialising in branding and corporate communication. I have over 20 years experience in the industry and work with all companies from small startups to large corporates. As a freelance designer, I don't charge the high rates of a large agency and can offer a personalised service to your business, often with very quick turnaround. I design logos and branding, brochures, flyers, posters, infographics, newsletters, event design, and much more. So why would you need a graphic designer? Some small business owners try to cut corners when they first start up by skipping on the look and feel of their marketing materials. This can sometimes be a costly business later on. Graphic design requires a creative expert. There's a major difference between a £20 logo you buy online and one that's been customised for you and your business. Good graphic designers will know the best approaches to communicate your products and services to your customers. Designers will research what your competition does, will bear in mind your particular preferences and come up with a number of creative solutions to get your message across. Most importantly, They'll develop the design in the proper software so that it can be printed well by any printer. 5 reasons to hire a graphic designer. 1, you don't have the time. Small business owners have a lot on their plates. That means you may put off doing the new marketing piece even if it's something you really need. Hiring a designer to help means you can get that project done and begin using it to make more money. 2, you'll save money. By the time you learn how to use that page layout software that came free with your computer, you may have invested several hours. If you pay a designer £500, then use your time to earn £1,000 for your business. It makes much more sense. 3, it helps you stand out from the rest. Having a template logo you bought cheap online or creating your own basic flyers is not going to help you stand out from your competition. The only way people are going to remember you and your business is if your materials stand out compared to the rest. Having a distinct brand is what's going to raise your business above your competition. 4, keeps your look consistent. If you don't use a designer for your logo or marketing materials, the look and feel of your company may lose its edge by being inconsistent. A designer will know which fonts to use, will keep colours and imagery consistent, and ensure the overall look and feel of your materials captures your brand. 5, you get a new source of ideas. Designers are generally pretty creative people and they like to help their clients get the best out of every project. Hiring a designer means that you'll end up with a better finished product. Their ideas may lead to a more eye-catching, more appealing and more polished piece, thus leading to more attention from potential customers and more sales. Here are some pieces I've designed. All these logo designs are small startup companies who came to me requiring a new brand identity. Lorraine's Little Jam and Chutney Company is a local business that Zoe mentioned earlier. I designed the logo to be in keeping with her vintage style and the unique jar she uses for her products. We all continue to work together to create flyers, advertising and all her social media posts, and business is booming. I also work with companies on a regular basis to design their brochures, flyers and promotional pieces. This is work for Bolney Wine that I created. They're a vineyard in East Sussex. And Restore PLC, who provide storage, scanning, shredding and company relocation, require constant promotion and marketing pieces for their staff. So I work with their marketing team on a regular basis. What next? So if you think you could benefit with some help, let's have a chat. Please go to my website to see some of my work or get in touch using the details below. Thanks very much for your time.